Welcome to episode number 11 of the Basecamp Country Podcast. My name is Skits Nelson, and today we have a very special guest with us by the name of Trent Ellis. Trent is a social media hunting influencer who has a grand total of 836,000 followers throughout his social media platforms, combined of 83,000 YouTube followers, 138,000 Instagram followers, 298,000 TikTok followers, and 317,000 Facebook followers. We're here to talk to Trent today, get to know him a little bit. How you doing, Trent?
Doing pretty good, man. Never actually had the follower count read out to me. Everybody asks me how many, and I'm like, I really don't know. So now I know. I appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, you bet, man. I'll do a little bit of research before we get this thing going. And so where are you based out of, Trent?
So I am living in Fulton, Mississippi. I grew up not far from here, a small town called Manatee in the same county, Etowah County. And yeah, so I see yours says professional Missouri, so we're not too far.
Yeah.
Not too far apart.
Yeah, we'll have to get together sometime. I've been to Mississippi a few times, man.
Oh yeah, same here to Missouri. I've been there a few times. I'll be driving through. If y'all hear of a white Ram 2500 shooting deer off the side of I-40, here in the next couple of weeks, just don't pay it no mind. So
kind of ignored a little bit. We'll just let that one slide on by if you come through, man.
Yeah, especially around the Mound City area. Yeah.
You ever done any hunting up here in Missouri?
No, I am. It's definitely on the list, but we drive through there every year going out to Washington. We'll make a road trip out there. That's where my wife's from, Washington State. So we always drive through Missouri, a little corner of Iowa, and kind of go up through South Dakota and over. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've been through the great state of Missouri, just looking in fields and pastures, and just like, man, this sure would be nice to be on that road right there. Just sitting there, just fantasizing. And then you see that buck chasing a doe, and you're like, yep, gotta keep heading west. Good Lord.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit different in my area. I'm down south Missouri, man. We don't have very many fields down here. It's all wooded stuff where I'm at. So you got to get through this part of the area. You can do some road hunting on some gravel roads, shoots through some trees down here.
That sounds just like home then,
Well, Trent, man, I want to talk to you a little bit about this social media following you have and how this all got started for you. I'm very curious in it. And what, when you decided to start making videos, tell me about that, man.
Well, that was August 24th of 2023. I downloaded TikTok that day and said, for the next 7 days, I'm going to upload 2 videos a day minimum. And if I don't hate it at the end of the 7 days, I'm just going to keep going. And so since 2020, I've been in the finance field. And I started off selling insurance, strictly that. And then I got investment licensed in 21 and have pretty much just been doing that for folks. And I guess I had a slow summer in 2023. I worked really, really, really hard and pretty much like got nothing, completely nothing. It was rough.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just started kind of throwing things around and thought, I just kind of started seeing people on Facebook Reels and YouTube Shorts, and I just thought, man, there's, I've got a ton of funny, harebrained ideas running around my head, and let's see if I could throw something out there and make a couple of folks laugh. So I did, and here we are.
Took off, man. So you've
trying
only
to make a few still.
Only been doing it for a little over a year, huh?
Yeah, a little over a year, but I started off, 7 days a week, 2 to 3 videos a day. And then I'd say January or February of this year, I went to 1 video a day, and now I'm doing 1 every 6 and trying to incorporate, or one video a day for 6 days a week. and I'm trying to incorporate the YouTube long form in there as well.
Mhm.
So, you know, seeing
Yeah.
how it's going.
So did you get started on TikTok? Is that where all your following came from?
Uh, yeah, I would say initially I had a decent jump, probably the first platform to get 10,000 on. Um, may have been the first platform to get like 30 or 40,000 on, but it was funny because like once Facebook said I started posting on everything,
Mm.
after that first week. I said, I'm just going to post on every platform. I still need to get Twitter or X and start posting on there.
Yeah.
But, um, once Facebook, I had one video that went off on Facebook and got like my first million view video. Once that happened, a lot of my older videos were starting to get hits, and it wasn't, gosh, when Facebook took off, it was maybe a month or two, and my Facebook following was my biggest platform by far.
Really?
So that's where I hit my first like 100,000 followers on a platform was Facebook, and then it took me months after that to catch up on TikTok. So, but now
Yeah.
we're back about even, and yeah, so
So
that was pretty much the first two.
I watched some of your YouTube videos, your long form videos, and it seems like you're kind of taking a little bit of a different route with that than your short form videos. Am I correct on that thinking?
Yeah, yeah. YouTube long form is going to be more serious. It's going to be, when I do my reels, it's always a very exaggerated Southern, exaggerated. It's just exaggerated. It's not fake. It's just exaggerated.
Right.
Whether I'm trying to be my wife or my dad or whatever. And but it's comedy. I try to keep it very lighthearted and funny, and I want people to watch it and laugh. And my YouTube page, I put my comedy shorts on there too, but YouTube long form is going to be more for, just for people that want to know me without the exaggeration.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like there's still going to be some witty moments in there or whatever, but
Yeah.
for the most part, if I'm hunting, well, I'm going to put out hunting videos. If I'm fishing. If I'm, cooking or, shooting guns or blowing up cars, whatever. I just want to bring people along, for the ride.
Yeah.
So,
Well, honestly, man, that's kind of why I reached out to you because I've been following you for a while on TikTok, especially, and I love your content, brother. I think it's hilarious. I think you do a great job with it. But I was like, man, I want to get to know this guy a little bit behind the exaggerated, skits that you do. I want to know who this guy is. So that's why I reached out to you, brother. I wanted to get you on here and just kind of talk to you a little bit, get to know you a little bit. So I appreciate you taking the time to do
well,
this.
man, yeah, appreciate you, buddy.
I got to ask this question, brother. Where in the world do you come up with all these skits from? The-
I just said a while ago that when I started, I had all these harebrained ideas, bro. Like, honestly, some people are just crazier than others. And then some people are just born into, like, I was born very fortunate. Both my parents are still together, raised in a very Christian home.
Sure.
Um, and, but I still was born into a family on both sides full of crazy people. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so there's uh there's never a shortage of comedy, especially when you get a big group of family together
Yeah.
and, my parents, folks, and everybody start telling stories and everything. Now you can't post half of it, or even a quarter of it, but,
Or-
it's just hilarious,
yeah.
So, and then I think we live in the South, I saw that, I don't know if you, um, well, you probably didn't because it's, have you ever heard of Tupelo, Mississippi?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, I just watched a documentary today, The Kings of Tupelo,
Okay.
and it's on Netflix. And I was like, "Holy crap! Like we're on the map." And
Yep.
obviously, not for great reasons. So it's a Southern crime saga, is what they labeled it as, and everything. It
Okay.
shows you kind of how stupid we can be. But But anyway, they say on there that we love drama as Southerners and we're great storytellers, and that's just, it's kind of what I've tried to base all my stuff on, is just basically telling a short story, trying to get people to relate and be like, man, that's me and my brother, that's me and my daddy, or that's me and my friend. That's the kind of crap that we get ourselves into right there. They remember a story, and, just trying to make stuff like that, man. And just, I don't know, dude, I guess just living here, growing up here, and I've never run into a shortage of either memories or just, like I said, harebrained ideas that'll pop up. So
Yeah. Well, dude, again, that's why I love your content, because it's so relatable, man. It's like I know a guy like that, or that's my wife or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah. I feel like everybody's got, they've got, I want to be able to do videos to where, especially when I do like character skits and everything, I want everybody to have a cousin that they relate to. I feel like I try to do every very exaggeratedly Southern redneck character. Everybody's got that one cousin that's just like that they can't introduce to nobody, that may or may not have been in jail
Yep.
14, 15 times, may or may not know how to take a catalytic converter off, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
uh, but that's the comedy that people a lot of times forget about, and because we're just always around it here in the South,
Sure.
and not just the South, but in the rural country,
Yeah.
just the rural areas of the country. We're around that stuff all the time, and you know, just trying to, yeah, yeah. I
It
don't know,
works.
man.
It works. It's
Yeah,
it's awesome, man. So walk me through the process a little bit. Like, let's say you're, I don't know, out hanging with your buddies or whatever, and somebody brings up something that's funny or a story, and you're like, man, that'd be a good skit. You like write it down? Do you put it in your memory bank? What, like, has that ever happened to
I
you?
put it. Oh yeah, yeah. I'll put it right there in my notes, right there in my phone.
Okay.
I'll just dude, for the last 2 Sundays, right before the preacher started preaching, I thought of a church skit that I could do, and like, right before Brother Danny starts preaching, I'm, like, jotting it in my notes on my phone real quick. I'm sure people think, "Well, he's checking social media or he's texting," like, no,
Yeah.
I just had a skit about a Southern Baptist business meeting right here that I could do, and I'm gonna jot it down, and then we're gonna get back to the message. So, yeah,
Yeah.
anytime something like that happens, man, I gotta put it in there, and then I can look at the end of the week and just prepare for filming it Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
So,
So how long does it take you to, record one of these episodes, or one of these skits that you do, man? Like a TikTok video, for example.
obviously, the more characters I have in the skit, the longer it takes.
Mhm.
Um, if it's just me doing just venting on there or saying some crazy stuff, it normally takes me about 5 to 10 minutes. If
Yeah.
I can get that premise and I can just go and it's just me talking to the camera, 5 to 10 minutes. And then spend another 15 editing and done.
Yeah.
Um, but if it's a couple of character or if it's a 2 character skit, or 3, normally 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then if I have those longer ones, 4, 5 characters in there, from filming and editing, it, at least an hour
Yeah.
15, somewhere in there. Um, it took me, I think I did a 5 character when I did all the states, the Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, if they talk trash,
Mhm.
um, to one another. And, I was really having a hard time on that one, like coming up or getting started. And that one ended up taking me like 2.5 hours, but that's the worst one I've had so far. So
Yeah.
most of them between, I'd say, 30 minutes to like an hour 15. So,
And then, so let's say you got one where you got 3 characters, right? Um,
mhm.
how do you record that? You record each character all together, and then you go and do the next character and then the next character?
Normally I do like if I'm gonna have one like the first character, I'll do 1 to 3 cuts, 1 to 3 scenes in a row,
Mhm.
and then I'll do the same thing with the next one, do the same thing with the next one, and that way I know how to place them because I hadn't done so many yet. And then once I get that, it's most of the time I'm doing this one, I'm taking this shirt off or putting another one on, doing that one, putting it in the editor, doing that one. So I'm actually when I'm filming, I'm putting it into CapCut,
Yep.
the editor, CapCut or whatever.
Yep.
And as I'm filming it, I'm like making sure my timing's down and it's flowing good because I've had to go back and be like, that sucked, or
Yeah.
that was stupid. That didn't really bring it home, or and have to reshoot something. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do a lot of that.
So it's
But
your I mean, this is your full-time job, right?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, I still do finance full time technically.
Yeah.
But I mean that's it's pretty easy for me to do that job the way that I do it, because I've got a book of clients that I basically manage,
Yeah.
and I answer the phone when they call, and I make sure not to lose every bit of their money, obviously, and and then the rest of the time just you know film, try to
Social
film
media
for
stuff.
social media, film for YouTube, and all that good stuff. So
Do you film everything yourself? Do you have a camera guy, or how's that work?
no, that's just me, man.
Yeah.
I have had some help with um some of my long form videos, like when I've hunted with people,
Yeah.
I've had people, film a recovery for me, stuff like that, or I've even had buddies sit in a tree with me. But all of my shorts are done by me
Yep.
fully, and then I don't make nowhere near enough money to justify paying a cameraman, a full-time cameraman to follow me around. That is the goal. That is
Sure.
the goal one day to have one for long form.
Yeah.
But yeah, you looking at it right now, pretty much.
That's awesome.
What about you? It says you're a land professional, and then I heard you say that this was your 11th episode on the podcast.
Yeah, man. It's the 11th episode. So, a little bit about me. I'm a real estate agent. I sell land for a living. I work for a company called Basecamp Country Real Estate. And
Okay.
Basecamp Country is based out of Wisconsin. And we have agents in 14 states. We've got about 54, 55 agents right now in 14 different states. And so we're not in Mississippi yet, brother. So might want to think about getting your license. We'll open up down there in Mississippi.
Yeah, there you go.
We got
There you
some
go.
Alabama boys though. We do cover Alabama. So
Yeah. Yeah. There's some. I saw a picture on Facebook tonight. I'm not going to say the name of the place, but there was a guy that killed a big 177-inch gross deer, not too far from me.
is that right?
And I'm gonna say when people see the location, they're gonna be calling you Alabama boys up, be like, "Hey, you got any land close to here? I just need about 10 to 20 acres.
Yeah.
Especially if it touches this. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
easy access, might corn some deer. Who knows?
Uh,
So,
never know, man. But yeah, man, that's what I do. I'm a real estate agent, just sell land and hunting land is kind of our specialty. And so um I've been a real estate agent for about 3 years and joined Basecamp Country about 6 or 8 months ago, something like that. And just kind of threw the idea out there. I was like, I've done podcasts before. I've been a business owner for the last like 8, 9 years. And so I used to have a podcast with my old business, and I just kind of threw the idea out to Basecamp Country. I was like, hey, man, what do you think about starting a podcast for the real estate company? And they were all for it. So I just took it by the
yeah.
helm and ran with it, man. And I've been rocking and rolling since. We've had some really cool guests on here so far. We had Dr. Grant Woods. I don't know if you know him or not, but
Oh yeah.
and we had him on a while back. We had Kip Adams on here, and we've had some really good guests. And then I just kind of interview all the other agents around Basecamp Country, man. That's about it. So
Man, that's something. That land, I've been looking around for some right now, in the Mississippi Delta, and you start getting into looking for land, man, it's just like I wasn't even planning on trying to buy nothing, but now I feel like I'm so worked up over it. I'm just like I catch myself looking on Zillow and
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace more and more and more, and I'm like, I don't know, these prices they don't seem that bad.
Yeah.
But
Just
are you seeing a lot of guys right now that are just like, are they still bidding above, like paying above the listing price? Is that still a thing?
no, not really. Not really. I mean, it happens, it happens here or there. And it a lot of times when that's happening is we got an auction going on and, you got two farmers that there's a farm in between them that's trying to sell and they get to fighting at the, auction. So they'll
Yeah,
try to outbid each other. Sometimes that'll happen, if you're going into auction and stuff like that. But for the most part, man, like it's not like it was back in 2020, during COVID and all that. Prices went insane, and pretty much,
yeah,
if something's listed, you can either, make a little bit lower offer or offer them what they're wanting for it, and you probably get it. So just
yeah.
kind of depends on
They
where
they
you're at, all that.
I know a couple of years ago we bought our first house, and that was what I'm sitting in now, and before we closed on this one, thank God the other one didn't work out, because we love where we are, we love our neighbors and everything,
Yeah.
and um and it was in 2022, and we made an offer that was it was a six-figure house. Oh, I'll tell you the price. It was $140,000 house, and we offered, I want to say, like 120.
Hmm.
And and I'm like, that's not bad. That's not coming down. I didn't say, hey, we'll give you $85,000 for it.
Right. Right.
Um, and I figured, well, we'll start here, and they may make a counter, and they'll make a counter, and we'll meet.
Yep.
And they told their realtor to tell ours that they're not even going to counter. They reject the offer if we want to submit another one. Yeah. Oh, this is where the red hair come out.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, we want to submit another one. We can. And, I'm like, really? Yeah. No, I'm done.
I'm good.
Nah, you're good. So the funny thing was, a month later, our realtor calls me, and she says, Trent, um, I know you said that they were probably going to do this, and if they did this for me to tell them something, but they have come back, and they are curious if you would entertain that offer. And I said, I ain't gonna say her name. I said, so and so, you can tell them that they can kiss my wife.
Yep. Had your
I
chance,
was
but
I was so I was still, and it may have been longer than a month, man. I'll be honest with you. Like, I was still so mad over that, because I was
oh, I
like,
bet.
because I've been hearing all this stuff, man. Like, our buddies in Starkville, everybody, like, whatever they listed a house for, or land or whatever,
Hmm.
it was totally backwards. It was like they're expecting everybody to come in and get into a bidding war,
Yeah.
and but a lot of people were doing it. They were
Yeah.
like, "Man, we don't care what it's worth as long as we can afford that monthly payment.
Right.
We know it's listed for 160. We'll give you $210,000 for it."
Yeah. Yeah. There was a
But
lot of that going on back during COVID, a little bit after COVID, man. It was
yeah,
crazy. I mean, we were selling
yeah,
houses, land for stupid amounts of money back then, man. It's not like that anymore. It's calmed down. So you also don't have, 2 or 3% interest rates like you did back then either. So people can't afford as much
yeah.
as they used to be able to.
Well, the realtors that stay in it. I'm not speaking from experience here. I don't
Yep.
want your listeners to think I'm that cocky or anything. I'm just making an educated guess.
Right.
I'm gonna say that the realtors that can make it in the slow years are the ones that can make it in the long run. You
Yep.
know,
That's a
so
fact. Yep.
and it's definitely slowed down. So
Yeah. Yep. It definitely has. I think it'll pick back up here after the first of the year. To We'll see. We'll see. I'm hopeful. I was going to ask you a question a minute ago, and I kind of got off track there. But how is it running around your your hometown, your area down there? Do you get noticed a lot? Does everybody know who you are? Like, has it, has it gotten that
Well,
crazy yet for you?
first of all, my hometown, 20 minutes from here, yes, everybody knows who I am, and
Yeah.
I know who they are. It's one
Yeah.
of those things. Like it's a town. They knew who I was, and I knew who pretty much all of them were, during the MySpace years. Okay,
Yeah.
it's that small of a town. Like, brother, our most of our teachers that taught me and my friends taught me and my friends as parents.
Yeah.
So I come from a very, very small town. But
You and me,
yeah,
but
I would say getting out here, going to Walmart or whatever, I typically see somebody, they'll say, "Hey man, love your videos," or, you know,
yeah.
"You gonna tote one now," or something like that, quoting from a video or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, and I do, man, I love it. Every chance I get, I'll stop and say thank you, shake their hand, as long as they look like they've taken a bath this century, I'm gonna
Yeah.
shake your hand and, go on. So
Absolutely.
no,
Absolutely.
I hadn't had anybody like that come up, but yeah, it's kind of weird too, you know. Uh, I
Hard to get
went
used
from
to, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 'cause you just go and you just kind of mind your own business, but as soon as somebody starts, interrupting you on the phone and, or asking to take a picture or something like that, you're like, you want to stop them and be like, you know, I'm like the 18th funniest person I know of, like, and that the other 15 out of the 17 are in a 10-mile radius right here. So,
Right. Right.
like,
Yeah, but you know what?
but
They're seeing your stuff, brother. It makes a difference, man.
yeah. Man, I'm telling you, when Duck Dynasty come out back in like 2010 or 11,
Mhm.
we all said from around here, dude, we've got so many characters that A&E could have made a show right here in Etowah County, and
Yeah.
millions upon millions would tune in just to see just to see what kind of nonsense we got going on, man.
Well, there's your next show idea, your next, YouTube channel right there, brother.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
So go around, start
Yep.
interviewing some of them people, man.
Yep. Just label it. Just call it Etowah County. You know, Etowah County proud, something like that.
There you go. There you go. Well, brother, if you are gonna look for land, man, I'm just gonna put my little 2 cents in here. I've been selling land for a long time, and I highly recommend if you're going to buy some land, pick a real estate agent that specializes in land, brother. Don't just pick any old real estate agent because there's a whole different world out there when it comes to land deals and it is, house deals and stuff like that. So get somebody that knows the land. I wish we had some guys down there in Mississippi that could help you out, but I don't know any agents down there. I'd recommend one to you. But yeah, find you a land agent, man. That's very important.
Yeah. I got two that I'm working with. One boy that I went to college with, and one that I met a few months or a couple of months ago, and they're looking for me. I'm looking for like 2 to 3 acres, but where I'm looking is it would be, um, without just presenting a blank checkbook to somebody, it's going to be a little bit difficult. So I'm
Sure.
preparing to be a little bit patient.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. We'll see if the Lord allows it. We'll have it before long. So
There you go. If it was meant
we'll
to be,
see.
if it was meant to be, it was meant to be, brother.
That's right. That's right, man.
Well, Trent, I got one last little segment I like to do with all my guests, man, and we call it the quick draw questions. I'm going to ask you about a dozen questions or so here, and just give your quickest answer that you can.
All right.
You ready for that?
Not really, but I'll try it. It's gonna be
All
the
right,
slowest quick draw you've ever had. I promise you.
that's all right. All right, first one. Favorite camo brand?
Nomad.
Nomad.
There we go.
Crossbow or compound bow?
Can I go both? Can we do like uh
There ain't no right
I
answer,
got
bud.
I've killed what I'm gonna Dadgummit. I vent so much about this. I'm saying compound. I've killed one deer with a crossbow that I killed this year, and the rest of them I killed with my compound, my Matthews compound. I'm gonna go there, but I still hate it. I hate compound bows. I want a gun. Just yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
I want a
make it
gun or a
quick and easy.
muzzleloader, something that I can shoot at 60 plus yards and feel confident in. Yeah.
There you go.
But
Yep.
yeah, I'm going with compound. All right.
Okay, compound. Favorite brand of bow?
Matthews.
Yeah, Matthews guy myself. Favorite broadhead?
Right now, not G5 Montec. So, golly, but I've killed most of my deer with that. I'm gonna
That's
go
what.
with the dead meats. I'm gonna go with the dead meats.
All right,
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
I'll take it.
So
I'll take it. I'm a
I've never killed a
G5
deer with that. But that's my favorite. That's my favorite broadhead so far.
first.
Every deer that I've shot with my G5 Montec, I have killed, but the blood trail has stressed me out beyond. And I'm talking about I have made perfect heart shots, perfect double lung shots, and they all freaking suck for me.
Yeah,
So
hard to
I
find that
went
trail.
back to mechanical.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Next question. Go-to rifle caliber.
308.
Nice. Good choice.
308 all day.
Favorite rifle brand?
Browning. I shoot a Browning X-Bolt 308 that my dad bought me when I was 14, I think. And I've killed a lot of deer. I've killed a snapping turtle with that thing, believe it or not, actually. At my buddy's place. Yep, sure did. Yep. Anyway, yeah. Browning
Can't go
308.
wrong with that. 308.
That's right.
Favorite hunting app?
I guess it would have to be on X. That's the only one I got. Yeah.
All right. Favorite rifle optics?
It would have, oh gosh, either loophole or vortex. Probably vortex. I have more of those. I have the binos and yeah, probably vortex.
I'm a vortex guy myself.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the big one. Tree stand, saddle, or blind?
Saddle all day. Saddle all day. I'm a tethered man. All right. I'm going saddle.
Saddle it is. All right. Good answer.
Saddle it is.
Here's a little more difficult question for you. Favorite food plot brand or product?
Food plot brand or product?
Yep.
Horn. Just straight old. I mean, I got corn in my food plot right now. I mean, come on, give me a metal corn feeder from Monarch.
Yep.
And fill it full of 500 pounds of corn, baby. All right, and then we can go buy Marshall's ryegrass, or we can throw out some Bermuda, whatever you want to do. I don't care, bird seed, whatever. I don't care. They come to the corn though.
There it is.
So
corn it is.
I've got mine right now with winter wheat and clover. This is my first year ever planting either one of those two. So if we do this again next year, if my clover comes back this spring and I get to kill a turkey in that food plot back there, I'll say clover next year.
There you go. I love clover. I used to hunt over clover a lot, man. I haven't hunted over clover in a long time though. I need to try that again.
Yeah, I killed my deer back here before the clover even come up. So
did you?
That corn. Yep.
Are you guys allowed to throw bait out there in Mississippi?
As long as it's in a feeder.
Okay.
As long as it's in a feeder above the ground, like a trough or a spin cast, it doesn't matter. So like I said, I've got a 500-pound Monarch feeder out there, and slinging it 7 seconds a day.
There you go. I wish we could do that. We can't do that in Missouri.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Next question. Favorite animal to hunt?
Oh, well, it's deer season, so I'm saying deer. If we do this podcast in the spring, you ask me that question, it'd be turkey.
Okay. Fair
That's
enough.
the way it is, man. That's the way it is.
2 more for you. Favorite social media platform?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yep.
Last
I
and
can show
final
everything.
question.
I can show guns and kills and everything. So, yep.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Last and final question here, Trent. Top 3 favorite social media accounts that you follow?
Ooh, top 3. Dang, that's a hard one there. I would say THP. Now, when you say social media accounts, you talking about like the Facebook, the short form stuff, or you talking about like YouTube too?
Anybody that you follow, that's your favorite people that you follow on social media, no matter what it is, well, YouTube, Facebook, whatever. Hunting
Yeah.
public, you got them.
Uh, yeah. The hunting public. I just saw Seek One's video that they put out, and that was. I haven't been a huge fan of theirs. Not that I had anything against them, but I don't know. They could be in the list. I've got a couple of comedians. Um, Nate Bargatze, he'd be one,
Yeah.
and and probably Tom Segura. He's pretty hilarious too.
Oh, pretty funny.
But yeah, I golly, I don't know, man. I try to um. Well, I take that back. I'm gonna say probably Joe Rogan, and then right now, so yeah, Joe Rogan would be number 2, THP, Joe Rogan, and then right now I'm on a big John McAfee kick,
Yeah, okay.
the Delta Sergeant Major. I
Yep.
watch a lot of his stuff on there, so yeah, I guess my algorithm is pretty much full of those 3 right there,
I love it. I
3 to
follow
5, whatever.
one of my favorite social media accounts to follow, man. It's not even hunting related or anything. And I'm not a military man, but I could watch this guy's show all day. Sean Ryan show.
Oh,
Dude, I love that
dude,
stuff.
he has he's up here in Nashville, so I mean he's not far from me at all, and
Yep.
I've just dreamed of him I mean, he's not gonna holler at me, but I
Right.
mean, just to go up there, dude, and see his place and everything. I love his show, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a lot of respect for him when he come out. Something about Kamala Harris was said on his show.
Yeah.
I think it was by him, may have been by a guest, and he come out and basically walked in front of the camera and said, I was wrong. I misquoted this or I misunderstood that. I'm not trying to put out anything but the truth. I was like,
I
that's a
remember.
freaking man right there.
Yep.
Not just trying to spit nothing but the whole truth, man. You got to respect that.
Yep. I
So,
remember that. I remember that. That was good. Very awesome, but he didn't do that.
yep, yep. Bad
Well,
dude.
brother, that is all the quick draw questions that I got for you.
Well, like I said, it'd probably be the slowest one you've had. So, first
I
time I've
love
ever done it, that's for sure. Nothing quick about Mississippi.
Well, Trent, we got a pretty good show here, brother. You got anything else you want to talk about here?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm gonna hop off here, and I'm probably gonna get in bed with my 2.5-year-old little boy.
Don't bloat it. Well, man, we'll close it out here, but where can tell my listeners where they can find you at online, how they can find you on all your platforms.
Every platform, so far right now is just my name, Trent Ellis. Besides Instagram. Instagram is Trent_Ellis21. So, yeah, if it looks like a ginger with a beard or a slight beard or whatever, that's me. So,
Ginger
yeah,
pride, brother. Us gingers gotta stick together, man.
exactly right. Exactly right.
All right. Well, Trent, I got one final question for you, man. It's my closing question. I ask every single one of our guests. And that question is, if you could give your 18-year-old self some advice, what would it be?
Uh, believe in yourself.
Love
That's
it.
it.
Love it.
That's it. That's the biggest piece of advice. I'd say some more stuff, but we're not going to record that. So yeah.
Sounds good. Well, brother, I appreciate you taking your time to do this, man. I know you're a busy man and you got enough to do. You didn't have to come on this podcast, but I appreciate you reaching back out to me and agreeing to do this. This was an awesome show, man. So thank you very much.
Hey, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate you having me. I've had a great time, man.
Thank you, brother. Guys, this has been episode number 11 of the Basecamp Country podcast. We appreciate Trent joining us today. Make sure you follow us on social media at Basecamp Country. And remember, it's more than just dirt, it's a lifestyle. We will see you right here next week on the Basecamp Country podcast. Trent, thank you, sir.
Thank you.